Seen this before? Take a leap. What do you think I'm about to do now? Make a prediction. Predict what I'm going to do. Valerie, what do you think I'm going to do? Why did I line those equations up? Okay. You think so? Shh, wait a minute. Fred! Yes. Fred, what do you think I'm going to do? I like that name, Fred. Haha. That's a good name. Okay, that's why you... Okay, here's what they said. They said that I lined these up because now they think I'm going to add those two equations together. Do you think they're right? You are absolutely right. I'm just going to combine all those terms. So, let's take a look. Now I'm going to just simply combine. Whatever I have, I combine. They're of like sign. 6 plus 28, that's 34x. These two terms, they are additive inverses. By the cancellation property, they cancel one another. We get 0, zippo, nadie. And now, over here, we end up with 120 plus 16. That is now equal to 136. So far, we have 136. 34x is equal to 136. Ooh, cool. That's going to work. Now, we need to get the x by itself. So what do you think I'm going to do now? Bruce, what am I going to do? I need to find out what my x value is. What do I do now? Yeah? Okay, I need to confirm that. Let me ask my student here. What am I going to do to get the x by itself? What do you think? I'm enjoying working with you. All of you are good. I need to get the x by itself. What is this term? What does that mean? Yes, that means 34 times x. So, if they're multiplying by 34, what are you going to do? Think opposite operations. Opposite operations. Opposite operations. If they're multiplying by 34, you're going to divide each side by 34. Is that correct? Very good. So now, let's take a look. I'm going to go 34x divided by 34. And whatever I do on the left side, division property of equality, I must do the same thing on the right side. I divide the right side by 34. Well, here the 34 is divide, I get x. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is 34. Is 136 divisible by 34? Let's bring in some number theory concepts. In this case, we know that in simple number theory that whenever we have a digit, any number, if the last two digits are divisible by 4, we know the whole number is divisible by 4. In this case, 36 is divisible by 4. And in this case, we have 34. But now, look at this. This ends in 6. Is there anything we can multiply 4 by that's going to give us a number that ends in 6? What do you think? Yeah. 4 times 4. So do you think 34 divides into 136? Well, let's see. I know that 4 times 4 is 16. It ends in 6. 4 times 3, well, let's see. That's 12. Plus that 1 is 13. There goes the 136. So now we just found out that 34, it divides into 136 4 times. So, in this case, the x-coordinate of our point of intersection is x is equal to 4. How am I doing so far? Are you loving this or what? Very good. Okay, next question, ladies and gentlemen. Now that I found out that x is equal to 4, here's the big question. So what? What am I going to do with this? Right now, I know with my point of intersection. So far, I know I have the x-coordinate of 4. I need to find the y-coordinate. How am I going to achieve that? How do I use that? Can you tell me that? Okay, what I'm going to ask you to do, pause the video. Copy the work that we have here so far. Because I'm going to need to borrow this space. I'm going to erase this. And we're going to see if your hypothesis is correct. So let me move out of your way, give you a moment to copy this. When I return, that board will be blank, and we're going to move on. Is that good with you? Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, now, by the elimination method, we found out that x is equal to 4. And I still want to know, right now, this is what I know. I know that I have at least one coordinate of the point of intersection, and I know the x coordinate is 4. We need to find the y coordinate of the point of intersection. We found out that x is equal to 4. What do I do now? Based on what we did with the substitution methods, once I found a value of one of the coordinate points, the coordinates in the point, what am I going to do now? How am I going to use that? What is the next step in our process? Harry? Think so? Okay. Let's see. Rhonda, what do you think? What would you do now? Now that you found out that x is equal to 4, what do you do? I need to find out what y is equal to. So the question is, I know that x is equal to 4, but I need to find out, well, what is y for that value of x? Let's see what we know so far. We know that these two lines are going to intersect at a common point. That is how we found the x equals 4. At that common point of x and y, I need to find out what is y equal to. What am I going to do? How am I going to achieve that result? Very good, all of you. We're going to pick one of these equations, and we're going to use the concept of substitution. I'm going to substitute this x value into one of those equations to find the missing y value. Is that good? Okay, let's see. What equation would you like to use? All right, let's make life difficult. Let's use equation 2. I was going to use equation 1, but this time let's use equation 2. So now here is equation 2. I go 7 times x minus 3 times y. That's equal to 4. Now I'm going to use substitution. Is that correct? What am I going to substitute for? Yes, in place of x, I'm going to substitute 4. So 4 is going to take the place of x, like that movie, Body Snatchers. That 4 is going to snatch that body. Ha 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 ha. That's right. We got body snatches in mathematics. You're going to wake up, you're going to become a 4 now. You're like, I'm a 4. I'm a 4. I'm a 4. You don't even know who you are. Your body got snatched. All right, let's take a look. So now, I'm going to go 7 times 4 minus 3y is equal to 4. Well, 7 times 4, that's 28. Minus 3y, that is equal to 4. Very good. Let's write this information over here. We're almost there, are we not? So now I have 28 minus 3y, that is equal to 4. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what is my next step? Am I finished yet? Did I find out what y is? Phyllis, did I find out what Harry? No, we didn't? Okay, what am I going to do then? What am I going to do? Can you tell me? Tell me, what am I going to do? Really? Yeah, I need to get this by itself. Yes, I need to get the y term by itself. How am I going to do that? Can he stay here? No, you don't like him anymore. You guys aren't friends no more. So you told him, look, go. I just don't like what you said. Just go. How do you make him disappear? Yeah, we're going to use the additive inverse. Is that correct? What is the additive inverse of a positive 28? Frank, what did you say? And my favorite one, Fred! Yes, the additive inverse of 28 is negative 28. So I'm going to add negative 28 to the left side. By the additive property of equality, what does that tell me to do? The additive property of equality tells me Whatever I add to one side, I must add the same thing to the other side to maintain the balance of the equations. So I'm going to add negative 28 to the left. I must add negative 28 to the right to maintain that balance. Now, because these are additive inverses, what happens now? Tiara, what happens? Yeah, these are two additive inverses, so therefore, they're going to cancel one another. I get Zippo. And voila! As he said on Searching for Nemo, clean! I get the 3y by itself. Is that correct? So the 3y comes down. I get negative 3y. And now over here, these are opposite in sign. So in this case, we use the cancellation process. 4 positives cancel 4 negatives. We subtract. I get negative 24. Is that right? Am I doing my math right? Is my math correct? Check it. Make sure. Fred, what do you think? Is that good? Okay. Robert, does that look good to you? Okay, everybody concurs. Do you like that? Now, what do I do now? Do I still have y by itself? Frank? Fred? George? You all agree we don't. Okay, so what's happening here? What did you say? Yes. The y is being multiplied by that negative 3. So, we have to think opposite operations when we're working with equations. So if they're multiplying by negative 3, what are you going to do? Sometimes when we were growing up and our parents told us not to do something, what do we usually do? Yeah, sometimes we end up doing the opposite, and unfortunately as a result we got some consequences for that. But in this case, there won't be any bad consequences. So what's the opposite of multiplying by negative 3? We got to divide by negative 3. So now I'm going to show that. I go negative 3y. I divide the left side by negative 3. Whatever I do on the left side, I must do the same thing on the right. I go negative 24 divided by negative 3. What happens now? Fred? I like that name. Fred! Very good. Excellent. Fred said the 3's cancel. Do you agree? Yes, they divide into one another. Okay. Now, what do you see? What do you see here? Ah, negative over negative is positive, and 24 divided by, that line means to divide by 3, is 8. So, now we know that our point of intersection of these two lines is 4, 8. Well, I've covered the graphical methods with you during the substitution section of these problems, so I'm going to leave graphing these equations to you. You can go back and refer to the substitution section. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to step out of the way, ask you to pause the video, copy the work down. If there's anything here that I did that was not clear, I'm going to ask you to email me, and like I said before, I will gladly respond to your emails. Let me move out of your way, and I'll be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please pause the video. At this time, all of you have been great students. Give yourself a hand. Excellent. Good job. You too. Give yourself a hand. Very good. Well, I will see you in our second problem. Thank you for joining me today, and have a marvelous, fantastic day. And I'll see you in problem 2. Thank you so much.